What's up and welcome back to the Sixers Breakroom. We are going to be taking a look at Game 2, Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, and in Game 2, the Celtics did very much what I thought they would do coming into this game. If you guys checked out the last video and the comment section, I was talking to a lot of Celtics fans about what I thought they would need to do. Help less on Giannis, share the ball, move the ball, start playing that offense that they were playing in that back half of the year. In Game 1, they went back to what they kind of look like in the first half of the year. Not a lot of ball movement, a lot of forced shots from JB and JT. But in this game, they shared the ball more. They had a lot more screening, a lot more actions, and we're going to take a look at that and how they were successful. But before we break it down, got to give a shout out to my members, Mark Pixa and KD Vicious. If you guys want a shout out in these videos, make sure you become a member today. Click that link in the description. Now, let's get to the game. All right, let's take a look at this first clip here. You're going to have Chicago action. What that means is you're going to see Jason Tatum coming into the frame here. Jason Tatum is going to set this off ball screen for Jaylen Brown. And then Al Horford is going to dribble over and he's going to set up a dribble handoff for Jaylen Brown, which turns into a second screen for Jaylen Brown to come off of both of these. And what that does is it puts a whole lot of pressure on the defender of Jaylen Brown. So it's Giannis in this case right there. Giannis is now having to go through two bodies. He has to, one, get by the first screen, Jason Tatum, but then he also has to try to get around the second screen from Al Horford. Bobby Portis is going to be in drop coverage, which means he's going to sink off of Al Horford and kind of sit in his paint area to prevent Jaylen Brown from driving. Giannis getting stuck on the screen here is going to free up Jaylen Brown for a mid-range jump shot. So he gets stuck on the first screen, making it almost impossible to guard the second one. He gets stuck on that one as well, and it turns into a wide open Jaylen Brown mid-range jumper. So very early on in this game, you see the Celtics trying to run some sets to generate some easy offense. Here's a second example of this Chicago set. They go back to it late in the first quarter. You're going to have Pritchard setting the screen this time, and then Robert Williams is setting up the dribble handoff for Jaylen Brown to come off of this. One thing that you'll notice here is that Pritchard doesn't set as good of a screen, and you're going to see Jrue Holiday is actually able to get over the top of that first screen, and you'll see the difference that makes when defending this play. So here, if I pause it right there, you see Jrue Holiday was able to get over that screen without much resistance, and now that puts him in a much better position to get over the top of this second screen. You probably would have liked Robert Williams to stay a little longer. He kind of slipped this a little early, but you'll see Jrue Holiday is actually in a good position here. This is where Jaylen Brown has shown tremendous growth. I feel like you can always tell very early in the Celtics game how it's going to go for them based off of how willing Brown and Tatum are to give up good shots for great shots. You'll see that for whatever reason here, Carter decided to double this and leave Pritchard. And Jaylen Brown, when you draw two, you got to give it up. He's drawn two defenders here. He has Pritchard wide open on the wing for an open three, and he does a great job of delivering that pass. And now you have a wide open shot for Pritchard. So that Chicago action for the Celtics was working early and giving them good looks. Here you have another example of that double screening principle, right? So this time it's a high ball screen from Al Horford, and then you're going to have Robert Williams not looking to set the screen on Jrue Holiday, but he's actually screening the helper. So in this situation, Connaughton, who was on Horford here, it's his responsibility to be in that drop coverage and to be able to pick up Jaylen Brown, but Robert Williams is setting that second screen on him, allowing Jaylen Brown to get downhill on the helper. That's going to put all the pressure on Giannis to try to stay in front of Jaylen Brown, while Jrue Holiday has to get through all this traffic to be able to get back in front of the ball, and that's just not going to happen here, right? So you get Jaylen Brown getting downhill, and then he makes an incredible move on Giannis for an open jump shot. Jaylen Brown had it going early in this game, and the Celtics were running sets, running screens for him, getting him in open space to be able to create a play either for himself or kicking it out to the open man. Now, while Jaylen Brown was absolutely special in the first half, I think he shot like 9 of 10, something crazy like that. The reason why the Celtics had so much more success in Game 2 versus Game 1, in my opinion, was the ball movement. Like, I feel like in Game 1, we started to see that first half of the year Celtics a little bit, where it was a little ISO-centric, guys over-dribbling, only 1-2 passes and then a shot. Take a look at this possession here from the Celtics. You have Jaylen Brown, who gets into the painted area, drawing a help defender from Giannis. and you have this Horford screen, and Jaylen Brown's just going to make an easy pass to the corner, right? Now, here's a great example of the Celtics giving up a good shot for a great shot. This right here would have been a very good shot from Derek White, but he sees he has Carter here closing out hard, and he's just going to say, okay, let me make the simple pass. Let me give up a good shot for a potentially great shot from our best player at the top of the key. So he decides to swing it. Jason Tatum recognizing, again, I have a guy over closing, right? He's closing out hard because he knows he's beat. So rather than rushing, let me be patient. Let me drive the ball. I draw a second defender in Grayson Allen. When I draw two, somebody's open. That somebody here is Al Horford right under the basket, and you have Jason Tatum giving it up for an easy two. So we're going to bring this back here, and let's watch it full speed now. You get one pass, ball fake, two passes, drive, three passes, wide open layup. Like that possession here, that's Celtic basketball, right? Yes, they have special talent in Brown and Tatum, but when those guys are moving the ball and everybody feels involved, everybody's a threat, like that's when the Celtics are at their best. That is what has caused me to make videos questioning, are the Celtics the best team in the East? Can they win the East when they play basketball like that? Also want to make note of Robert Williams, who I made a video saying that I think Robert Williams is the X factor. He's kind of the key for the Celtics to make a big run. I think his return has shown that. They did a much better job in game two getting him involved as well. You're going to have him set this little ghost screen, which means he's running up like he's going to set the screen, but he's really just going to fade out to this slot area. Jaylen Brown is going to turn the corner and take a look at Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is going to overhelp here. He's going to slide all the way to the elbow, and that's going to allow Robert Williams to just dive down the lane, and then you have Jaylen Brown make an excellent pass to hit him on the move. So here you have that go screen, down the lane, easy 2 points, and probably got fouled. This next clip here kind of picks up after you had an excellent Grant Williams closeout. Grant Williams closed out on Carter in the corner. He double pumps, throws the ball away, and then you have the Celtics turning defense and the offense. We're off and running. Young players out there, if there's any players, I know a lot of fans watch these videos to learn more about the game and learn more about their favorite teams. But if there's any players out there, when you have your big man, you see Robert Williams here, when your big man runs the floor, you feed him the rock. 99 times out of 100, unless they're in a position where they just can't make a play with it, you feed them the rock because they do all the dirty work. They get all the rebounds, they block shots, they help on screens. You want to make sure you reward the big fella for running the floor. Jason Tatum does just that, and Robert Williams gets another easy 2 points. Here's another clip here of Jaylen Brown making a play, right? Jaylen Brown at the top of the key. You're going to see he drives. When you draw two, somebody's open, right? So he gets into the middle of the paint. You see Grayson Allen collapse. Cunnington's on him. You've drawn two. And take a look at the big. All eyes are on Jaylen Brown. So he's really drawn the attention of three defenders. And what's he going to do here? He's now stepped up to double Jaylen Brown in the paint. Jaylen Brown knows he has a wide open Robert Williams, and that's going to once again result in an easy 2 points for Robert Williams, who is capable of hitting that shot. His ability to protect the rim. Take a look here as Jrue Holiday makes a great move. He fakes the dribble handoff there, drives. He's going to sidestep Derek White right here. That's an open layup for Jrue Holiday, except take a look at the big fella sliding over and help, and it's going to turn what looks like an easy 2 points turns into a block shot. Here's another example here. You're going to have a high screen and roll with Giannis and then Jrue Holiday coming off on his left. Truthfully, I think the Bucks should have put Grant Williams in more pick and rolls, not because he's not a good defender, but Grant Williams was so keyed on Giannis that he wasn't really helping too much on the ball handler. This is one of the few times where he actually did slide over. He does what he's supposed to do. He does his job, which I like as well. And when Giannis gets the ball, take a look at Robert Williams sliding over in a help, and look at the contest on this. He goes straight up. He doesn't foul, protects the rim. Robert Williams' impact on both ends of the floor for this team cannot be understated. I think him coming back and looking like himself again is huge for this team. On the defensive side of the ball, I think the biggest difference between game one and game two was in game one, you saw a lot of overhelp, double and triple teams on Giannis. And in game two, you didn't see that quite as much. Take a look at this clip here, right? You got Al Horford guarding Giannis, and you got Jason Tatum staying home, Jaylen Brown staying home, Derek White staying home. You're not getting these doubles and triple teams. You're forcing Giannis to be great individually. You get a contested jump shot, and you've won that possession. Same thing here, right? Take a look at this clip with this time Grant Williams, who was exceptional last night. Grant Williams guarding Giannis. You'll see as I play, you get a little stunt here from Derek White, but then he stays home, right? Al Horford's going to stay home. Jaylen Brown's going to stay home. Jason Tatum's going to stay home. You don't get the double and triple teams. You say, Giannis, you might beat us, but we're just going to try to make it tough, and you get a turnover. Complete different mindset. In game one, it was we're going to let anybody else beat us, and they did. In game two, they said, okay, let's limit the kickouts. Let's force Giannis to make tough shots, and we'll take our chances, and more times than not, it paid off. I want to take a look at this last clip right here as well, because those were on post-ups, right? But it was also when Giannis attacked from the perimeter. So you're going to have a Giannis drive middle here, and I want you to take a look at Grant Williams, Pritchard, Tatum, White. Take a look at all these guys. Again, they're trusting their defenders to be great individually, and you don't see Grant Williams dive in. In game one, he would have pinched down. In game one, Pritchard would have came in. Tatum might have stepped up and Derek White dropped down. Like, you would have had all these over rotations, all this over help. Instead, Al Horford just make it tough on him. A good look for Giannis, but he missed it. And guess what? Giannis is great. You're not going to win these one-on-one matchups all the time. You might not even win them most of the time. But in game one, you gave him so many options because he could either attack himself, or if you overhelped, Giannis is great. He's going to make the right pass, and the Bucks have way too many shooters who you just give them open threes all night. What do you guys think, man? Sound off in the comment section below. I want to know what you think was the single biggest difference between game one and game two. I think there are a couple things you could choose from. For me, I felt like the greatest difference between the first and second game was Boston's defensive adjustments. In game one, I felt like they helped too much. I think they were too worried about Giannis and not overly concerned about the other guys. And the Bucks have other guys that can beat you, as they've shown. I think by forcing Giannis to be great one-on-one and not give him three-point shooters that are open left and right on his drives, I think that was a huge adjustment for the Celtics. It was successful in this game. As you can see, the Bucks struggled to score in game two the way they did in game one, and the Celtics came out on top. But what do you guys think, man? Biggest adjustment? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video. It does a lot for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. And if you want to shout out in these videos like Mark and KD got in the beginning, make sure you become a member today. There's all different perks with that as well. Click that link in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. This is the Sixers Break Room. Peace.